Hi folks, it's Matt Carter. Welcome to another video. Just to remind you, I'm going through the list of questions that I had come in from people when I sent out that survey last week. You'll have to forgive me, I do have a cold, as you can probably tell. Um, so I'm going through that list. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, I sent out an email with a survey asking what you'd like me to create videos on. And I'm just going through that list and picking out the most popular questions that people had. So I'm just creating videos from what you guys have asked me for. It's as simple as that. Um, for the next little while, I'm doing stuff around physical product marketing and private labeling and selling on Amazon because that was easily the biggest response I got, the most popular topic, followed by affiliate marketing and then other cool things as well, like email marketing and all that stuff. I'll do videos on these things, but for now, I'm going to do choosing products and brands because this is really where I've shifted my business. I really only sell my own products now, my own brands. I don't really do a lot else. I mean, I do affiliate marketing still, and I do make six-figure income doing that. But predominantly, I'm selling other people. I'm selling my own products. So when choosing a product, if we're looking at selling on Amazon or white labeling or private labeling a product, that's the easiest way for somebody to get started to sell their own product. It's certainly not the only way. Um, you can do all sorts of different ways, but this is pretty simple and it works really well. And you can focus on the marketing because you don't have to do the manufacturing of a product. Now, I am pushing it into other types of things myself. Now I'm getting my own manufacturing, my own products and stuff too. But when you're starting out, I think this is really the best place to go. So I'm going to put on the screen what I call the five S's, which I just made that up in the last when I was putting the slide together, but it sounds pretty cool. So let me talk about what I mean here. Start with very simple products. Don't make them complicated. Obviously, private labeling, you don't want to go for really things with a lot of IP built into them, intellectual property, where there's a lot of research and technology. That's way too hard. So you stay away from things like that. Go for real simple household products that are popular. We'll talk about that in a minute. So keep it real simple. It doesn't have to be a complicated product. We'll have a look at an example on Amazon in a minute. I'm just going to run through the five S's and then we'll go over to Amazon. Small is good as well. If you've got a small product that still sells for a good price point, maybe $15, $20, then or even more, $25, $30, then it's a good one because it is light, meaning that it will be easy and inexpensive to ship, whether you do air freight or sea freight, and that's within America or other countries. It doesn't have to be United States. Amazon has many different warehouses in many different countries now. If we're talking about Amazon, of course. If you're talking about not selling on Amazon and just importing and selling or creating your own product locally, then that's obviously slightly different, but it's still the same principle applies. The smaller a product is, the less expensive any transport is. So especially if you're doing it from, say, China into the United States, you really want to keep the freight costs low, and you want your product to be profitable and still work, even if you had to air freight it in. So, and most of you will probably start with air freighting products. Maybe you'll stay there. As long as the profit margin works, then air freighting's great like that because it's fast. If you get a big product, it's going to be hard work and expensive and slow to get it into Amazon from wherever you are. If you're getting sourcing products internally within the United States, that's slightly different. But there's one problem. Amazon, when you're selling on Amazon, you'll be selling via the Fulfillment by Amazon service. That's what everybody uses. It's called FBA. You can Google that, FBA, Fulfillment by Amazon. Most of you will be aware of it. That's where Amazon houses the product for you, and they pick and pack and they courier it to the customer on your behalf. They do all of the heavy lifting for you, which is fantastic. It means you don't have to do any of that stuff. You don't have to have the infrastructure to do it, which is great. But the bigger the product is and the heavier it is, the more Amazon's going to charge you. So that's going to hit your profit margin. So it's not only the freight to get to Amazon, but it's also the handling of the product from Amazon's side. So you don't want to have a real heavy product or a real big product. So keep it small. Keep it safe. Running with insurance is not cheap. So if you don't want to run with insurance when selling your own physical brand and product, and this is a question that gets asked a lot, what about insurance? What about liability? Yeah, sure, it exists. The problems, like if so to reduce them, go for very simple products that are safe. I would stay away from something that could be really hazardous to people or animals. If you're going to go for something with somebody like a supplement, which is a big market, when a lot of people do private labeling on Amazon for supplements, I personally don't. And then you want to make sure you've got insurance. And most of the private label companies that do supplements, they will let you have an extension of their insurance policy where you come under their protection. But you better make sure that you're on it and you want to see proof of it. You want to get that officially signed document and sent to you so you can see it before you start doing that sort of stuff. Otherwise, keep it really safe. Go for very simple household products that are unlikely to hurt anybody. Solutions. So if you're going to private label a product, that's fine, and that's just replicating a product a product already existing on there, and you're just putting your label on that product. That's fine, but see if you can, while doing your research, see if you can find ways to slightly, ever so slightly, improve the product. And it might just be simple things that you could add into the product. You might add something else in with it, a combination of something else, just a little additive that makes it stand out from the crowd, and that provides an extra solution for the customer. It might just be something that's really easy for the private label manufacturer to change on the product, and they might be happy to do that for you, especially once your order size starts getting a little bit higher. So start thinking of solutions. What's your unique solution or unique selling point of your product? And if you can't do anything like that, then it doesn't matter. Just make sure in your marketing, the product that you highlight the things about it that already exist, because most people will probably forget to do that. So you just want to make sure that you're focusing on the solutions or the benefits of your product. Before you jump in, think these things through. How can you improve on a product slightly? And if it's only on the marketing side of it, then so be it. That will work still. And then make sure the product's already selling. If you want to sell on Amazon, the easiest way to come into that space is, instead of creating the marketplace, you can just tap into an existing opportunity. Again, it's not the only way to sell products. I certainly don't only do that, but it does work. So the easiest way to get started, which most of you will probably want that, is to find a product that's already selling and then just basically copy that opportunity. You don't necessarily have to copy the products in there identically, but just jump in on that opportunity and outsmart them and do better marketing than them, and then take over that opportunity. So when you're choosing products to sell on Amazon, these are the sort of things I look at. We'll look at a quick example in a minute. I want to keep these videos pretty short for you, because I'll try and pump one out every week if I can. But these are some of the things to think about when you're looking at products. And the video before last week, which you'll see on my blog, we looked at choosing different markets. So the other thing to think about is obviously other products in the pipeline that will be closely related would be a good idea. So I'm just over at Amazon. If we just go, actually what we can do is if we just Google Amazon bestsellers and then click that link there. And then Amazon I can never remember how to get there from Amazon, so I just Google it. These are the best sellers from Amazon. So if you want to find products to sell, it's not a bad idea to have a look in the bestseller list. And you can also drill down and look into subcategories inside the bestsellers. So you can go into like health and personal care as a big category in Amazon, and you can just scroll through the top 100. But of course, you've got all these subcategories as well that you could go into, like personal care, and you can even drill even further down if you want to. You might want to go into foot care and just look for opportunities that meet the 5 S's that we just talked about. So some of you will be wondering, well, how do I know if a product's selling? Well, Amazon do tell us that, not only by the fact that it's in the bestseller category, but if you scroll down and just have a look at the bestseller rank, here we go, here, the Amazon bestseller rank there. It's the top level one. You don't worry about these sub ones. Forget all those for now. It's just that home and improvement. That's the top level, and it's number 10. So this product's selling really well, very well. I mean, anything under 1,000 is selling pretty well. So anything where you can find a product under 1,000, and home improvement's not the greatest category, but number 10, it's still selling pretty good. So that's how you can tell if it's selling. Is it simple? Not too bad, I guess. Again, it's one of those products that goes on the body, so I'd probably stay away from it unless I had insurance for it. Something like this. This is not simple. I wouldn't say this is simple at all. I don't even know what it is, but it's uh, micropedic callus remover. Okay, yeah, I would stay away from that. That's not simple. I would say that does not meet the criteria of simple. Um, that one doesn't meet the criteria of safe for me. Um, and feet might not. I've just randomly jumped in here to feet. Feet might not really be the best category to be in. Um, but if we go into, let's have a look at hair care, maybe see what we got in here. These are not simple, not simple. Um, no, not really. No, this is slightly more simple here. Moroccan oil, it's relatively simple. It's probably more of a skin product. Um, so if we just look if it's selling, 38 in beauty, yeah, that's selling all right. That's selling a lot. So you might want to find a company that does Moroccan oil and a private label and put your own label on the product and put it in a nice box to make it look nice. You always want to present your products well so they look nice, don't look cheap and tacky. A lot of people who do private labeling just totally drop the ball when it comes to the design side of things. They just do a shocking job on the design, and they do all the hard work of researching the opportunity and finding a private label supplier and getting all of that stuff done. So there's a bit of work involved in that. When it comes to the design, they just rush it, they're just tight asses and they don't want to pay any money to get good design done, and they put these horrible products on Amazon and wonder why they don't sell. I mean, goodness sake. So take it, make sure it looks nice. This was presented nicely. I think they've done a good job and it's selling well. It's not hard to get a design like that done. I mean, it's easy. You just got to find a good graphic designer on like outsourcing websites like Odesk or Elance. But you got to get someone that's good. Don't skimp on the design. I never skimp on my design stuff ever. So keep that in mind. So that's a pretty easy way to find an opportunity on Amazon. You just scroll through the bestseller categories and dig deeper into subcategories and look for opportunities that meet, simple. Is this light? Yes, it's light, it's small, it's safe, it's simple, it's selling. So it meets all the criteria that we sort of went through on a product. So, and it's pretty easy to find a private label for this. That's the other thing to do with simple. Simple products are going to be ones that you can find private labelers for. So we'll have a look at how to find private label companies in another video, because I know that's people are probably screaming at their laptops wanting me to say, Matt, but how do you find them? And that's fine. We'll do that in another video because I want to keep these videos pretty short and bite-sized, and I'll just that way I can just do sort of one a week and just keep pumping them out pretty quickly. So that's a little bit of a look at how I would do this sort of products, how to find the sort of products that I would go for, and my thinking behind them. Obviously, there's a lot more to it, but I'm just pumping out one video after another, and then after a while you'll have a lot of information. So I'm going to leave it at that for this video. I hope you found a little tip there for you that might help, and then I'll talk to you again soon. Bye for now.